The Minority Market. Episode 5. Why Predicting the Market is a Fool's Game. One of the strongest urges every market participant feels is the desire to predict. Predict the next move. Predict the top. Predict the bottom. Predict which stock will double. This urge feels intelligent, logical, and proactive. In reality, it is one of the most dangerous habits a trader or investor can develop. The stock market does not reward prediction. It rewards preparation, adaptability, and disciplined response to uncertainty. Human beings are uncomfortable with uncertainty. The brain constantly searches for patterns, explanations, and certainty. In daily life, this instinct helps us survive. In markets, it becomes a liability. Prices move not because of a single cause, but because of millions of independent decisions happening simultaneously. Expectations, fear, greed, liquidity, and randomness interact in ways that cannot be fully known in advance. Yet beginners believe that with enough analysis, prediction becomes possible. The moment you make a prediction, you become emotionally attached to an outcome. Your mind shifts from observing reality to defending an opinion. If the market moves in your favor, confidence increases, sometimes dangerously. If it moves against you, denial appears. You start explaining why the market is wrong instead of accepting what it is doing. This is how small losses turn into large ones. The minority understands this trap and avoids it deliberately. Prediction also creates ego involvement. Being right feels good. Being wrong feels personal. Beginners often confuse correctness with skill. A few accurate predictions convince them they have control. They increase position size, reduce caution, and abandon risk management. Eventually, the market exposes the illusion. The minority does not seek to be right. They seek to be consistent. They accept that being wrong is part of the process and plan for it in advance. Think of the market like a fast-moving river. Predicting exactly where the water will flow next is impossible. You can study currents, depth, and speed, but you cannot command the river. A beginner stands on the bank, predicting the path. The minority builds a boat designed to stay afloat regardless of direction. Risk management, position sizing, and flexibility are that boat. Another problem with prediction is that it shifts attention away from the present. Instead of observing what price is doing now, beginners focus on what they believe will happen next. This leads to early entries, chasing moves, and acting without confirmation. The minority stays present. They respond to evidence, not expectations. Decisions are based on behavior, not forecasts. Media and social platforms reinforce prediction culture. Experts speak with confidence about future targets, timelines, and outcomes. What is rarely discussed is how often these predictions fail. Confidence attracts attention, not accuracy. The minority learns to be skeptical of certainty. They understand that no one knows the future, regardless of how convincing the explanation sounds. Markets operate on probabilities, not certainties. A good decision can still result in a loss. A bad decision can occasionally result in a profit. Beginners struggle with this concept. They judge decisions by outcomes. The minority judges decisions by process. Was risk defined? Were rules followed? Was position size appropriate? These questions matter more than whether a single trade succeeded. Prediction also increases stress. When you believe the future must unfold in a certain way, every price movement feels threatening. Small fluctuations create anxiety. Volatility feels personal. The minority experiences less stress because they expect uncertainty. They plan responses instead of outcomes. This mental shift creates stability even in unstable environments. Here is a critical mindset change. Stop asking, "What will the market do?" and start asking, "What will I do if the market does this?" This question acknowledges uncertainty and restores control. You cannot control the market, but you can control your behavior, risk, and response. A practical exercise can help break the prediction habit. Before entering any position, write down 3 scenarios. Price moves in your favor, price moves against you, and price does nothing. Decide in advance how you will respond to each. This forces preparation instead of prediction. Over time, your need to forecast weakens, and your discipline strengthens. The minority mindset accepts that uncertainty is permanent. There is no final system, indicator, or strategy that eliminates it. Those who try to remove uncertainty become fragile. Those who accept it become resilient. Adaptability outperforms accuracy. Survival outperforms brilliance. Most participants fail not because they lack intelligence, but because they demand certainty in an uncertain environment. They predict, defend, and hope. The minority prepares, observes, and responds. This difference may seem subtle, but its long-term impact is enormous. Letting go of prediction is uncomfortable at first. It feels like giving up control. In reality, it is reclaiming the only control that matters, control over your actions. When you stop trying to be right and start trying to be disciplined, the market becomes less hostile and more navigable. Prediction feels smart. Preparation feels boring. The market rewards boring. Over time, the disciplined, adaptable participant survives cycles, learns continuously, and compounds results. This is how the minority operates. As you move forward, remind yourself of this principle. The future is unknowable, but your behavior is not. Build systems that work across outcomes, not forecasts. This single shift will protect your capital, your mindset, and your long-term growth more than any prediction ever could.